Hey guys, welcome. Now, we are expanding off of our last series of messages, and this has to do with cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, and conscious manifesting. And this is what's happened. And we know that we are talking about the fact that this is all to do all this work. And for those of you that haven't checked those readings yet out and would like to, so that this makes more sense, it's down below. And honestly, it does help to watch the whole entire thing because it explains it all out. Yes, Biscuit Boo. What? Hi. What? Hey, you want to say hi? Come here. Come here. This means no. This means I want you. This means I want you. Hey. This is what being the Empress is all about, right? When we embody the Empress. Hi. We just be there for life. We're just an extension of life, with life, nurturing life, caring for life. Being there for life. But we're learning to be there for ourselves first. Not in a selfish way, not a narcissistic way, but in an unconditional love, elevation with self. Because we've gone back home to the self. We've gone back home to the heart. We've activated with the singular mind. Oh, biscuit. Oh. Okay. All right. I put him in his bed. He has a bed right by where we sit, but he's like, no. Does that noise? He's like, no, I'm not staying in my bed. And he's flung back over here. What? You're a sucky bum. Guys, I don't know how to say no. I can't say no. Gotta figure this out. I can't say no right now. Just let him stop. Okay. All right. So, there we go. We're good. All right, we're back. Now, hello. This is it. This is really it. Okay, so, you know, we're getting an elevation. We're gaining the advantage. And this is why we have to trust. This is where we're going to trust in the unknown. This is where we're going to trust in us. We're going to trust in the story of us. We're going to trust in, like, our best expansion, and that we've seen within our counterpart us. And this is just this other part of us, best expansion. So the power of self, change of consciousness, this was the next message out that we received. And then we got mystical self-discovery, taking care of yourself. Well, you know what I didn't even notice? I didn't even notice underneath, we've got twin flame reconciliatory union, strengthen your commitment. And then the journey is nothing as it seems, being true to yourself. Now remember, we were channeling. It's not what it seems. And it's not, we have to trust that it's not what it seems. We have to trust in the unknown. We have to trust in the shift. And we're not, you know, we're not laser focused on micromanaging without and what's being built. That's codependent. That's part of the sickness. That's part of what we're healing from. But we're also honoring that this is hard. We're honoring that we're having a death of old self and a birth of new. And we're having a birth of new self through this cup, through this journey of being true to ourselves, and nothing is what it seems. And what's happened here, what we're healing from that's been so painful, is we've been abandoned in love, and we haven't been supported in love, and we feel like We have to act unauthentic to ourselves in order to deserve love. We have to give to someone else what's unauthentic to us because we don't want to lose love, and we're healing from abandonment. We have to see within ourselves. We have to go home within ourselves and give this to ourselves and heal with ourselves, because remember, we can only meet others where we meet ourselves. And this is about our 10 of Cups that we were in the process of creating here. It had veered off course. It wasn't in its highest vibe state. But we're not getting lost in that because it's all part of the plan. It was our part of the whole, just to get a deeper connection to us in order to go home to the singular mind and expand. And that's what we're doing. We're seeing a deeper connection to us, to our heart, to our truth, to our authenticity. And that is living our best life. So, you know, I'm gonna also say too, these paths are hard. There's times we want off these paths. There are times they don't make sense. There are times we don't know what we're doing. We still don't know what we're doing, but our soul knows the way. And we just don't have to do. We have to be. This isn't a doing. This is a being, a human being, not a human doing. But then, you know, like last time when we were getting these activations and I didn't look and see that this was right there and then that this was right there underneath it, and we've been channeling this, and I don't use these cards very often at all unless I'm super called to. Now I know why. It's just like I was upset that I didn't share what I thought was I didn't share the rest of the message. But this is not that. This is having this complete, you know, surrender to everything is as is, and it's unfolding perfectly, imperfectly perfect with nature as the story of you, and not trying to manipulate outside events because you're stuck in your ego mind and we're stuck in fear. I don't mean you personally, guys. I gotta get my words untwisted. I gotta start saying work on the how I say things too. I want to grow here. So, but see, this is why now I don't remember what I was saying. Okay. Okay. This has to do with healing with the fact that didn't come here to be perfect. We came here to be perfectly imperfect, and that our ego thinks that things need to be perfect for them to be what they need to be, but our soul knows that's not true. And sometimes things need to be a mess in order to work themselves out. Sometimes chaos activate, the chaos needs to activate us, but it doesn't mean we're staying there. It doesn't mean, that's just, we're stuck there. That's us. And we need to get out of patterning. We need to get out of somewhere where we've been stuck. And this is not the old model of like, I'm going to fix my partnerships without, I'm going to fix my 10 of Cups without, because, this is going back to like, I'm going to fix my relationships within through the self and my connection to the universe and to the divine and to everything. And I'm going to do the work to elevate with my 10 of Cups and get comfortable with the unknown and understand that I'm stepping into a purpose and as a co-creator, and what I'm cutting free from my past, it's happening for my greatest good. And this is going to be even better than I could have even imagined, because why? I'm co-creating with the divine. I'm not micromanaging my past. I'm not micromanaging my past, because I'm not my past, because I'm my present moment. And I'm not all these stories that I'm telling myself. I'm not my past. I'm my present moment. And I am this being that is witnessing all this go down. And you know what? It's time for just me to stop doing and just go back to being and be me and enjoy my life. And healing from how painful these paths have been. Healing from the confusion. Our great genius is connected to our lunacy. So, and we honor too that we see what we're seeing. We have to see us. We've seen us. We've seen what we need to see. Now, we're here for some extra special healing today. That's why we're here. That's why Biscuit is here. Okay, where's the book? Guys, I was transported somewhere else for a minute. Ooh, I had to come back. I had to come back, guys. I had to come back. So, I really feel like we have... This is it. Like, we have to heal from this. We are healing from integrating, going from 2 to 1. We're healing this right now. The power of self. Okay, the power of self. Change of consciousness. Showing 2 symmetrical window panes separating different dimensions. Beyond the window panes is Mount Shasta. Just as the sun is rising, the panes each form the number 8 and together create the number 88. A light purple daisy and a yellow center separates the plant into 2 halves. A cloaked figure rises out of a Croatian plant that is floating. A beautiful blue lake. The cloak slowly splits down the center, uncovering 2 women. One is looking directly at us. Guys, hang tight. Biscuit thinks he hears something. He hears something. He's like, who's here? You want to go check it out? You want to go check it out? You want to go see? He's like, no, I'm staying. I'm staying with you guys. Okay, so... Slowly splits down the center, uncovering 2 women. One is looking directly at us. The other, her twin, is still asleep. A crow is centered across the upper torso of the 2 women. 2 swans balance each other in reverse, forming a heart-like shape. Well, doesn't that say much? Doesn't that say much? So, yeah, right? One twin is more aware than the other of whatever piece, on whatever path, on whatever what's happening uniquely to us. Your message. You are a beautiful... And remember, it doesn't even matter at this point because we're integrating, going from the mind of duality to the singular mind of the heart, and our counterpart is us. Our twin is us. And now we're just going to expand our soul with our spirit, because this is about playing our authentic tune and our authentic vibration. And us creating this elevation. We're going to use all this pain. We're going to use all this sadness. We're going to use all this stuff that we think that didn't work out the way that we wanted it to, because we were creating with the mind of duality and not the singular mind of the heart. This is a deeper level of being a co-creator. We're not worried about we're losing our counterpart. We're not worried about that we're going to have the shittiest 10 of cups creation out of this. We have to keep hold on to what we've been holding on to. We have to keep holding on to the past. No, we're going to cut it away, and we're going to trust in the unknown. We're going to have faith and believe in ourselves as co-creators. We're going to have faith and believe in our past, the story of us. We're going to have faith and believe in all this and everything, because we've seen us. We've seen our connection to everything. And we're just understanding. We're understanding our heart's connection at this point. But this is the thing, is that we're still in some ways, because we're in pain, we're being still pulled to choose paths that are familiar to us, that are pulling us back to spaces and places that we're healing from, where we don't want to go, where we know we're not going to be for our greatest good and make us feel good. But it's like, it's just still, we have to get a deeper level of, you know, being able to sit with our pain and transmute it, and being able to sit with our sadness and transmute it, and understand that it doesn't mean that nothing, that it's all lost, that we're just having an elevation. And remember, nothing is what it seems. We have to trust and have faith in the unknown, and that we're doing all this work. Like, we're humbled. This is like not of old earth, of all about luxuries and all about all this, you know, ego games and drama and bullshit. This is like very high vibe, and in order to create such an elevation, we've gone extremely low. We are humbled. We've had humble pies. So you are a beautiful, sensitive soul who is in the process of waking up and transitioning from one stage in your life to another. You are being helped and nourished by the daisy, which is the connection to love, and the plant, which is our connection to strength. And I'd love to be holding this, but holding Biscuit Boo is more important. And I'm honoring this today, guys. We're honoring this. So, the swan connects you to the angelic realm and intensifies your intuitive abilities. And we know that we're working with the angelic realm. That's who gifted us this sword, because we were called by ourselves to have an angelic attunement. It was our time. This is divine. It's divine timing. We're healing with divine timing too. And we are cutting away our old 10 of cups and creating a new with a new higher vibe 10 of cups. And this is part of who we came here to be. And this is connected to the Virgo full moon and our faith. And we're going somewhere. We're traveling through dimensions. But in order to travel through these dimensions, we have to honor the energy of lunar eclipse and change. We have to honor shapeshift. We have to honor an integration. We have to honor an integration through frequency. And it's our frequency. It's our uniqueness. It's us. It's us acting on us. But this is allowing us to see our unlimited potential here as co-creators. We are literally seeing our unlimited potential here. There's a lesson in all of this. To keep you grounded, the swan wants you to stay in touch with the earth. Do anything that brings you closer to its energy. Go barefoot while gardening. And up here in Canada, you cannot do that with all the snow on the ground. So trying to do some other things. Like hot baths and ice baths and high vibe foods and studying and holding Biscuit Boo. Love Biscuit Boo. Love Biscuit Boo. Love. Heart to this guy. I'm telling you. Guys, my dog is my best friend. Ride or die over here. I'd do anything for this guy. And he knows it too. He's my Biscuit Boo. So we can take nature walks, sit outside in the early morning hours, and I've been really working on my connection to the cold and going outside every day. And I'm telling you, the more time you do spend with the cold, the more time you can spend with the cold, and it's very healing. Nature is very healing regardless of its seasons. And always do what your soul is calling you to do. At the end of the day, this is about your soul expanding with your spirit. Your soul is telling you the way. This is uniquely you. So, and not what we've done before. This isn't familiar. It's nourishment from the past, but we're creating a new. We're doing the work. We're transmuting the pain. We're using the sorrow to create a higher elevation, and we're doing the work, and we're seeing things differently. We don't even want to do things the way that we were doing things because we're understanding anew. The crow guides you with love to sacred places such as Mount Shasta, helping you to find balance, wisdom, and a change of consciousness. Mount Shasta is considered to be a gateway or portal to the other realms, both spiritual and dimensional. You might want to travel there someday to rejuvenate. Lucky for you, the number 8 appears twice on this card. My goodness, Biscuit Boo. 8 in general symbolizes good fortune, personal authority, and power. When you double it, 88, the frequencies magnify and you will triumph against all odds. Affirmation: I am timeless, ageless, and beautiful. You know, this goes back to ascribe the message I have in here, speaking about scribe messages, and the fact that we were talking about like the channeled message of like the cup and looking into the cup. Like into the cup, I see me, I see 2, I see 3, I see 3 plus more, I see my connection to the infinity symbol. I see my connection to everything. I see my connection to the all. I understand. And we just understood how we got here. We saw love in the cup of lust, and we saw there was love in everything, and now we're expanding. We're creating an elevation. Now, there's 2 8s. There's 2 8s. Now, one may be more, one is asleep and one is awake, but there's 2 8s. 2. And then we channeled the message, nothing is what it seems, which is right here. And this was the next card out. Twin energies, reconciliatory union, strengthen your commitment. But we're strengthening our commitment through ourselves. This is about truly doing the healing. This isn't like, I want to live my best life, but I'm still not creating with patterns in my 10 of cups that are allowing me to live my best 10 of cups, that are allowing me to, create with my best 10 of cups. And this is about my best 10 of cups. My best. Through this connection. But this connection having its place rightfully restored where it needs to be. And right now, we're healing from the attachment of what this connection we think it needs to look like, and it's not what we think it needs to look like. What it needs to be. It's what it needs to be, and we have to honor this. And this is why we have to let it go. We have to let it go the way we thought it was, because this isn't a thinking. This is a being of the singular mind. I feel it. I just feel like we should share this one last message. I want to be able to hold the card like this. Ooh, I love you. Okay. Strengthen your commitment. Reconciliatory union. Oh, guys, I don't know why I have such a hard time saying this. The card you have selected shows 2 pelicans coming together, opening their wings in recognition. The ends of their beaks touch over a blue rose, whose inner petals open to reveal the galactic center, the Milky Way. A sunrise is unfolding overhead in the background. There is an orange sun covered by a yellow sunflower suspended between the pelicans. 6 eggs, fetuses, 3 on each side, balance each other. The upper 2, ooh, guys, I better get the card back over here. It's because I'm still trying to balance Biscuit properly. The upper 2 contain dragonflies. The middle 2 monarch butterflies, and the lower 2 human fetuses embracing 2 orange butterflies. Golden rays emanating from the sun penetrate the eggs. The aqua blue water behind the pelicans is filled with bubble-like cells known as blastocysts. The 2 silver threads connect the 2 fetuses' heart chakras to the galactic center. Your message. Eggs appear lifeless on the outside, but inside they house budding new life. The 6 red eggs that appear here are teeming with potential. And those are the 6 red eggs. There's 3 there. And 3 there. The central 2 eggs show fetuses wrapped around butterflies. They do. This card is about dramatic new beginnings and believing in yourself. It's an amazing time to birth a new identity, relationship, your relationship, location, and or business. The blue rose reminds you that you need to believe in what seems unbelievable. It always appears when one's faith is wavering. Do not listen to others. Do not slip into the past or future, but stay present, grounded, and ready to receive your miracle. Act as if it's already happened and believe in your own power. All of life is a journey controlled and directed by your beliefs. Write new intentions and affirmations and stick to them. Do not worry about time. When you surrender to your heart chakra and listen to its guidance, you connect to a part of you that's beyond time. Staying in the present moment allows you to go beyond your current drama. Be open to new ways of thinking that you would have never allowed in the past. When you think you know everything, you limit the possibilities. Remember, mind of duality. No, we've gone home to the singular mind of the heart, and it's quite often illogical. Focus on all things beautiful. Beauty helps ground you and keeps you balanced in your heart chakra. That helps you find the positive in the negative and heal. A new life and total transformation await you. Look, a new life and total transformation, our connection to channeling, scribe, message, divine makeover. It is you who hold the key to everlasting happiness and success. Let it happen. Affirmation, I keep my attention on all my intentions. I keep my attention on all my intentions. Now, this is big because this goes back to healing from another level of codependency, back, to what we've been talking about, where we're not finding our identity in the other half. We are, each twin is expanding, okay? And there's a restoration of wholeness honored here. And this is going to elevate the connection and elevate our Ten of Cups and elevate what we're building here for all of life. This is all of life is going to thrive with what's happening here. And we're going to understand, we're going to be able to meet people at a deeper level of unconditional love because we've met ourselves, but we're also going to understand how to protect this unconditional love. There's a form and sense of protection being honored here, and putting back the sacredness into love and what it is, and how to actually care for it, how to actually look. We're going to learn how to care for this love, how to honor this love, how to expand with this love, because we're doing this through the self, and we're caring with ourself, we're loving ourself, we're expanding ourself, we're fixing what we need to do within us. And we're going to have, double helix activations. Our DNA is going to activate. We're literally going to have a divine metamorphosis, a divine makeover. And as we do this, and this is connected to our authentic self, so is our counterpart, and they're going to be working on their part, and then we're going to come together. All right? And this is elevating our Ten of Cups because we're co-creating it. We're all co-creating it, okay? And this really goes back to, guys, I'm feeling really good about sitting here because, as upset that I didn't share the rest of this message right away. I have to honor why we're here, and this, I have to go back because I did in this, this goes back to what the beginning of when I started scribing, because I took a trip to the lower world for some time and elevated from the lower world back to the middle world, but I didn't just go to the lower world, it went back up to the upper world, and I saw formulas through this, and it went from the 8 to the 88 in here. And I just can't remember if I wrote it down in here or on my phone, but then I watch all this come together, and it's just this is where we have to believe in ourselves more. This is where we have to believe in our gifts more. I just want to find it now so I can see where I wrote this down, because it was a connection actually to my dad, and that's why I'm wondering if it was on the phone. But it was a connection to the infinity symbol, all right, and the number 8. And when I think of my father, I always think of the northern flicka, and it's a bird that we have here in Canada where I live. And this bird, where you can go and visit it at the zoo, if you press the number 8, this bird will make a noise, but it wasn't making a noise. It was not even at the zoo. It's like at this beautiful place, like this beautiful nature place, and it teaches you about habitat. I haven't been to the zoo in ages. I'm not going to the zoo. But this is a beautiful nature thing, like that, like teaches people about caring about our wetlands. And then I had written down the number 8, and then there was 8, and there was 8 plus 8 was 88, and then there was a connection to the 2 twins and just how we're manifesting things, but I don't see it just right away in this book, and I don't feel like going through the whole entire thing, and I might even actually just really be on my phone, because I didn't have my book with me that day. I just have my phone, and quite often I write notes in my phone. But anyways, the whole entire point of this is to believe in our gifts, to believe in ourselves. There's a restoration to confidence here. There's a restoration to our gifts and to us seeing our gifts. Not to other people seeing our gifts. This is about us seeing our gifts and taking care of ourselves. And this is where we're going to start next time we meet up, because this is where it's at. This is about us expanding us and going from the Ace of Mirrors to the 2 of Mirrors and the 3 of Mirrors. And we'll also talk about that further next time we meet up. Until then, I am sending it to you. Those good healing vibes. I love you. Take care. See you then.